created this simple view in your project and we have written the HTTP response. In this video we will see how we can use the Django template to render the HTML pages in our Django project. In the previous one we have just we use the string to write all the HTML codes, right? So in this video we will create a separate html.html file and we will use here. Okay, so to do this, first we will create a templates folder in our root directory. So let's create templates. Okay, in this templates folder we will create a index.html file or anything that you want. I'm creating index.html. Okay, so here is our index. So I'm just giving a title home and the simple home page. Okay, so this is our simple HTML page. So how we can use here that HTML page? So first we remove this. Okay, so first we can use Django provides a template loader, so we can use from django.templates import loader. Okay, and here we can use load the HTML. Okay, so loader dot get template, you can say first option and the template name. Okay, so here we will, in the template name we will pass the index.html. Okay, I'm just passing the file name, not the templates folder, because Django by default search for the templates folder based on the our setting. Okay, if you have any folder like home and then inside the index, then you have to pass something like home/index. Okay, so I'm just passing the index at .html. Now we have loaded our HTML page and we just simply pass the in the HTTP response. Okay, now let's check is there any issue or not. So run the server first. Okay, so server is running fine. Now let's check, just refresh the page. Oh, so we are getting template does not exist. Okay, index file does not exist. Basically it's returned this error because in the our setting files we doesn't define did not define any file path for this template folder so that Django can search easily. Okay, so let's define the path, the template path in base directory and the append templates. Okay, so base directory basically is the main.py file. You can check here it is defined. Okay, now just use this in the directory list. Okay, make sure you have added the comma here. Okay, now let's check it's working or not. Okay, yes, so now there is no error, but we did not get any output. Like here we have like here we have written the home page, but we did not see any home page. Okay, let's inspect what happened. So if we check the view source, then you can check here Django returns the template object. Okay, so it means we have directly used the template object here, but to render the HTML there is a method called dot render, so that it will render the HTML. Okay, now let's see. Now Here we have successfully rendered the HTML. Okay, so this is the one way we can render our HTML. Okay, but there is other way as well, so that we can use the HTML in our view. Okay, so here you can see Django by default imports the render method. Okay, we can use directly render method as well. To do that, we just comment that and return the render function. Okay, if you check here, the render method required a request parameter and the template name and the context is optional, we will see later. Okay, so just pass the request here and the template name index.html, and for the context let leave that for now. Okay, now let's see it's working or not. Yeah, you can see it's working fine, there is no issue. We can also check it. Suppose we are using h1, the description. Okay, so here you can see it's working perfectly fine for this render method as well. So in the upcoming video we will also see the context, but to explain a little bit, context basically is a way to pass any additional data for the templates so that we can use in the template. It's a dictionary object, so let's just create a dummy one, like title. So it's a dictionary, so title would be home, and just pass the context variable here. Okay, to use that context in the template, we have to use a Jinja index, and according to Jinja we have to use double curly braces and the key name of the context. Like here we have used the title, so we will use the title one. Okay, and let's see it's working or not. Yeah, so here you can see the context is here. If you want to learn more about the Jinja, you can search for the Django Jinja. Okay, and here you can go through all the tags and kind of thing that we can use. Okay, in the upcoming video I will create a one video for the templates Jinja as well. Okay, so this is the way to use the templates in Django. First we have to create a template folder, then we have to create a HTML file, then we have to define in our settings, okay, in the templates, so that Django can search for the templates. Okay, for the best practice in Django, mostly developers also create templates in the app as well for the app specific. Let's create as well for one app, and here the same, we have to create a templates folder. And for the best practice, in the inside the templates we use the uh, directory and the same name for like app that we have named app, and then the file name, and here index. Okay, in core app, and we write this inside the core app. Okay, now let's use this template instead of our root template, so we have to write like core and slash index. You don't need to add templates because Django by default search for the templates folder based on the setting that we have written here. Okay, so now let's check it's working or not. Yeah, here you can see it's working perfectly fine. In the next video we will see how we can use the styling in our application, like css files and the images. Okay, to use the css we can also create a style tag here too. Okay, and, and just write like a body in the background would be red something. Okay, so it will work here. Okay, it's working fine, but we will see how we can use the external css files and js file, how we can use using the static configuration in Django.